I will never forget that night. It was raining hard, and the sound of the storm filled the house. Suddenly, the door flew open. My daughter Claire, who was usually wild and hardly ever home, rushed inside. She was soaked from head to toe, shaking like she had seen a ghost. She was crying, begging for help. At first, I thought maybe she had been hurt, but then I saw the blood. It was all over her clothes. My heart dropped. I thought it was hers, but it wasn't. She said it was Ryan's. Ryan was her boyfriend. My heart dropped. Told me they had been arguing, and in the heat of the moment, she had pushed him. Ryan hit his head, and now he wasn't breathing. I could see how terrified she was. Her hands were shaking, her voice broken. I thought maybe if we went to the police they would understand. It was an accident. But Claire was sure her life was over, and at that moment I knew I couldn't let her go to prison. Not my daughter. So I told her to go upstairs, take off her bloody clothes, put them in a bag. Then we went outside, where Ryan's body was lying in the car. The sight nearly broke me. Ryan lay still on the floor, his skin pale, his chest unmoving. Claire knelt beside him, tears streaking her face. I couldn't even bring myself to look at his face. My stomach turned as I touched the wrapped body. My hands shook the whole time. I froze. My own daughter, crying and begging me for help. And without thinking, I grabbed my car keys and rushed out into the night. That night, I went to the biggest lake nearby. The night was dark and quiet, and all I could hear was my own heart beating. I dragged the body to the water, every step heavier than the last. I slipped and fell into the freezing water, gasping for air. When I finally saw the body sink under the surface, I felt a strange kind of relief. The weight of what we had done crushed me, but I told myself I did it to protect my daughter. Back home, I cleaned Claire's car from top to bottom, making sure no trace was left. I bagged up my own clothes too. When it was done, I collapsed in the bathtub, shaking all over. I had just done something I never thought I could do, all to protect my child. For a few days, things seemed calm. Claire acted differently. Quiet, careful, almost like she understood how serious this was. But then it all fell apart again. One afternoon, she came running home, crying and panicking. She said she had run into someone Ryan was owing $15,000, a dangerous man. He had cornered her in a parking lot and threatened her. She told me Ryan owed him $15,000, and if he didn't see Ryan, he would hold her, which would attract the police to begin investigating Ryan's whereabouts. I froze. $15,000 was the exact amount I had saved. It was all I had. But when I saw how scared Claire was, I knew I had no choice. I gave her the money to settle the debt. The man sneered, almost laughing at me for having to clean up after my daughter. But I didn't care. I would do anything to keep her safe. That night, Claire hugged me. For the first time in a long while, she held me close. I thought maybe all the pain had brought us closer. Maybe things would be okay. But the next morning she was gone. Her bed was empty. No note. No goodbye. Nothing. I tried to call her. No answer. I sent texts. No reply. Days went by, and my worry grew heavier. Then I remembered. She had logged her phone into my tablet once. I grabbed it, checked her account, and there it was. Her location. I drove straight there. My heart pounded as I pulled up. Then I saw him. A man casually taking out the trash. He looked so familiar. I moved closer for a better look. And then I froze. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me. My breath caught in my throat, my body frozen where I stood. But it was real. He was alive, breathing, smiling. Walking casually down the street as if nothing had ever happened, I hid, watching from the shadows, my heart pounding so loud I could hear it in my ears. At first it was only Ryan, but then the door to the house opened, and Claire stepped outside. She wasn't crying this time. She wasn't broken. She was smiling. And then she kissed him. That kiss was like a knife twisting in my chest. It wasn't grief. It wasn't guilt. It was a triumph. I wanted to scream, but before I could move, more people arrived. I saw the man I gave $15,000 to settle the debt and free my daughter. Tears filled my heart. Still where I was hiding, more people walked into the house. Friends, strangers, all cheering as if they had won some great prize. Music blasted, glasses clinked, laughter filled the air. They were celebrating their victory, and the victory was scamming me. I couldn't stay hidden any longer. Rage consumed me as I stormed inside. Their laughter died instantly. I shouted, "I'll call the police. Every one of you will pay for this." But then Claire, my own daughter, stepped forward. She pulled out her phone and showed me a video, and my blood ran cold. It was me, that night, shoving what I thought was Ryan's body into the lake. My face twisted in panic, my hands trembling. Every second captured in crystal clear detail. She didn't have to say a word. I understood immediately. If I called the police, if I reported them, she would use the video against me. To them, it wouldn't look like a scam. It would look like murder, and I would be the one rotting behind bars. The room erupted in cruel laughter. Ryan wrapped his arm around her shoulders like a prize, and they toasted to their perfect plan. My daughter, my baby, looked me in the eye, not with love, but with victory. I had no choice. So I turned, my heart shattering with every step. Tears blurred my vision as I stumbled out of that house, empty, broken, defeated. Behind me, their laughter echoed into the night. That was the moment I realized, not only had I lost my savings, I had lost my daughter too. And that was how it all ended. But let me ask you, what would you have done if you were in my place? Would you have risked everything and gone to the police? Or would you have walked away like I did? Tell me in the comments, and let's talk about it. And if you want more true crime stories that reveal just how far betrayal can go, hit that subscribe button. Because sometimes, the scariest monsters are not strangers. Sometimes they live right under your roof. Subscribe for more.